Bill York's World.
And welcome to Bill York's World. We're delighted to have you back with us, and I'm Bill York. Fun, huh? We have a great series of programs for you, and a good one today as we move into a new season. But I thought I might have some fun with this because our viewers in Holderness may remember this building that I want to talk about. My guests today are from Pemi Valley Habitat for Humanity, and the ReStore in particular, which is located at the junction of Route 3 and Route 75, Route 175, I should say, in Holderness. And if you know our building, the big blue building, there's a great history to that. And as we're talking here, you'll see pictures of the building, and I'm sure you'll know exactly what we're talking about. And it was in that situation for a few years. And then Alex Ray, in the mid-90s, bought the business, and it was called Squam Seafoods. And he ran that for a number of years, I guess, through the mid-90s. And there were a number of small businesses. I guess there was a printer and everything that was there over the coming years. And then 2 years ago, Pemi Valley Habitat for Humanity established their ReStore there. And I'm sure many of you, if you haven't been there, have at least seen the signs, and I hope you'll go and check it out. And it also is the home to Pine Shores Real Estate. And so it's quite a home for the Pemi Valley Habitat folks. And that's what we wanted to talk about today, because the ReStore is really a pretty unique venture. And it's one of the top fundraising projects, obviously, for Pemi Valley Habitat for Humanity, but a completely unique shopping experience. And that's what we want to talk about today. And I want to introduce my guests to you. Directly across from me is Andy Jessamine.
Hey, Bob.
And welcome, Andy. It's nice to have you.
It's good to
Andy
be here.
is actually a senior marketing student at Plymouth State University, and he is actually doing two things at the ReStore. Started out as a work-study student, and then became an intern. And is working on more of the management section of the affiliate. And next to Andy is Luann Rial, who is the manager of the ReStore. And welcome. It's nice
Thank
to
you.
have you here.
Great to be here.
Yes, and this is fun. I think the ReStore is such a unique experience for people who haven't seen it. And tell us a little bit about how the ReStore is set up. And how you
Okay.
get all the materials that you get, which is the fascinating part of it.
It is. And it's just so much fun to work there. It feels like being involved with a cause that's larger than ourselves because, of course, Habitat for Humanity is here to eradicate poverty and provide good living, or not good living, good housing for as many people as possible. And the ReStore can help do that. What we do at the ReStore is contractors, tradespeople, plumbers, electricians, and people who are refurbishing their houses. They might be taking out a kitchen or redoing a bathroom. They donate their extra items or their gently used items to us. We give them a letter of tax credit for the how much it costs to replace it, replacement
Sure. Yep.
cost.
Yep.
And then we sell these items at between 80 to 20% off of what it would ordinarily cost, like at the box stores. So you're getting really good products at just a fraction of the cost, and the people who are donating them are getting a tax write-off. And we have a really wide array of customers that come in, Bill. Some own a fair amount of property, and some are just redoing a house room by room by room, and they can afford to shop at our store. Plus, we keep all of those really good reusable items out of the landfill,
Yeah.
which is one of the things that I love. The neat part of this, there are only 3 ReStores in New Hampshire, one in Newington, one in Nashua, and us. The really neat part is that everything that we bring in, our profit goes to support the Habitat affiliate. So when somebody comes and buys locally or donates locally, their dollars are actually going to build a home in one of our 14 communities. So it's just, I call it a gracious cycle of giving.
Yeah.
It's a really neat circle. So every day is like Christmas because we don't know who's going to drop something off. We got
Yeah.
some doorknobs this morning before we even opened. It's
Yeah.
it's exciting.
It's exciting. I think one of the things to watch is how far the sphere of the
Right.
ReStore has grown.
Right.
It's amazing where the people come from that have heard about the ReStore and come in and donate things too. I've noticed that there were some artists, for example, that that donated painted tile,
Right.
little squares of tile,
Right.
you know, and things like that that you wouldn't think about. But and I think that's what people have in the back of their minds is the fact that everything that we sell goes to keep the Habitat affiliate
Right.
going. And provides the finances that the affiliate needs to keep building affordable housing for our families that need it. And that's really the nut and potatoes, the milk and potatoes of everything we do.
Milk and cookies.
Milk and cookies. We'll do that. So it's a fascinating thing. And I just hope that if you haven't had a chance to take a look at the ReStore and stop by and just visit, to do it, because it's quite an experience. I think you'll be amazed. And again, as we're talking here, you'll see film footage of what the ReStore actually looks like, and you'll get a feel for the types of things that we have. I know in my experience, it's been fascinating with contractors, for example, that will come by, you know, when they're refurbishing something and they need cabinetry or,
Right.
you know, something like that. And they say, oh, that's great, and buy the whole thing, and off it goes into wherever it is that they're rehabbing or new building or whatever. As you said before, it's valuable stuff for these folks. But I always marvel too, especially this time of year, as folks are coming back and opening up their summer camps and that sort of thing. And this is the perfect place to be if you're getting things that you need for your camp, to get it up and running again during the summer months. So we hope that again you'll take advantage and stop by and visit. Andy, I wanted to touch base with you because you've had an interesting time.
Oh yeah.
It's been fascinating because starting out as a work-study student and really working with Luann in the store and doing everything from pickups to I was watching a move the other day, a wood stove.
Oh, yeah.
And that thing must have weighed 9,000 pounds.
Yeah, it was a tough one.
But it's fascinating to have an experience like that for yourself, especially, you know, as a marketing student, and to be able to see how these things are done, but not only with the perspective of the store, but also with your internship on the marketing side and on the management side. So you're really getting a good view of how this whole place runs.
Yeah, having these two different perspectives really makes it all, like, makes me see what's really going on, makes me see the big picture of this store, seeing how it's run on a day-to-day basis in the store with inventory and customer service and just talking to people, dealing with donations and putting out inventory. And then when I'm with you doing the internship, the meetings, the public relations, family relations, and everything, it's really cool to see how everything comes together at the end of the day to make this place work.
Yep. It's really quite a thing when you talk about the Habitat affiliate and what makes that up with all the different committees and all the different people that are involved. And everybody has their own focus and concentration, but it all comes into one picture, and that's to get a family into affordable housing. And the families that we do put into housing are normally, actually almost always living in substandard housing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what we're all about, to eliminate substandard housing. And if people have seen the houses, and I'm sure many of you have, it's really quite a step for the families. And you know, it's great fun to be a part of that. We also have some folks that have been great partners.
Right.
With the ReStore too, and we should definitely talk about that.
Well, you know, I was going to bring that up a second ago because when you were talking about the donations and contractors, do you remember when we got those granite countertops?
Yes.
We got Lowe's, we're talking about Lowe's, the Lowe's in Concord and Tilton and Guilford all donate to us. And when they redo one of their setups, they have kitchen setups and bathroom setups, they'll donate those setup items to us. And it's a tax write-off for them. And they're always in excellent condition. Well, this one time we got these 3 pieces of granite countertop, and they go for like $75 a square foot. And this one huge piece, over 6 feet long, had a cutout for a stove. And it took us a while to sell that, but it was like at $75 a square foot, $1,800. And I had it priced for like, I think it was $500.
Wow.
And then I marked it down to $350. So we have a lot of items. That doesn't come by all the time. But every couple of weeks, Lowe's will donate something to us. We get really quality items from them, as well as from the contractors and the homeowners.
Yep.
But they're an incredible partner.
Yeah, it's huge to have them. It was interesting the other day because we finally got into seeds.
Oh, right. We bought the seeds.
Yeah, and it was
About
fascinating
Lowe's.
because I hadn't stopped to think about that.
Yeah.
And everyone's going, well, no, this is the time that you do it.
That's right.
When the greenhouses start their little plants and all this other stuff. And I thought, yes, that is really cool.
There was such a great hit last year because when Lowe's stopped selling seeds around July 4th, and so all 3 stores donated these big displays of seeds, and there had to be thousands and thousands.
Yeah.
And we put them up on Facebook because, as you know, that's how we publicize a lot. And people just kept coming in and they'd get their seeds. It was almost a giveaway, which made us feel happy, but then they'd look at the rest of the store. So they last, over a couple of years if you preserve them right, store them right. And so we brought them out again. And I can't wait for people to come back in and start growing their gardens, getting their seeds going.
Oh, it's that time of the year.
Yeah.
Although we hope ultimately all the snow will be gone. I'm sure it will. I have faith. Ultimately, we'll be able to see the grass. Although we're actually taping this on the 11th of March, I guess it is. And gosh, the weather's been beautiful, and
It has.
the parking lot is actually ice-free.
For now.
So hopefully
now.
it's going to stay that way. Yeah, I mean, we certainly hope so. But I think one of the interesting things to talk about with the ReStore is the types of folks that we serve, because there
Right.
really is no socioeconomic
No.
boundary. I mean, this is everybody, and I think we have something that is of use to everyone too. And so I think maybe sometimes people don't quite understand who the
Right.
ReStore is serving, and what types of materials that we have, which is why we wanted to, as we're talking here, be showing you the inside of the ReStore and some of the materials that we do have. But building materials is
Right.
a big one. And we have a lot of contractors that come in and especially with the sinks, and,
Oh,
and we have
right.
a mystery bathtub.
We don't know who brought it to us. If you're out there, tell us who you are.
Yeah, I mean, it was a fascinating. This is a beautiful thing, and it's got all kinds of jets and stuff
Right,
all over it. So it's
right.
really a jacuzzi, but we can't find out how we got it. But it's beautiful in any
It
case.
showed
So
up one morning.
yes,
did.
yep. And so if anybody's out there looking for a really nice tub, we got it. Come and see us. And so, yeah. Tell us about the hours that we're open and the
Right.
hours of operation.
I was just talking to one of our employees this morning about switching to summer hours, which we're going to be doing. But right now we're open Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from 10 to 5. And then Saturday we're open 9 to 3. That way we can catch the people that are working, throughout the week. They can usually get there around 5 or so. And if they're not working on Saturday, then we can catch them. But we're taking a look at the possibility of opening up on Sundays for a short period of time. I think you were telling me, weren't you, that you had Bill was up there doing some work on Sunday and saw a number of people coming and looking and finding our closed sign. Unfortunately, you won't be here. But so we're thinking about that. We want to tailor our hours so that the people who would like to shop with us are able to do that.
Yeah, yeah. It's actually an exciting time for the ReStore because as the winters, as you may imagine, things quiet down.
Yeah.
And obviously the summer folks are back wherever it is they live. But now as things start to pick up and people are returning to the lakes and to the summer camps, things really pick up.
Yeah.
So now it's important for us with donations.
It is.
So if you have something that you think you would like to donate, how do people do that?
Well, it's pretty easy. All you have to do is call us, and our number is 603-536-1333. And call us and tell us you're interested in donating. We have a pickup team and a pickup truck, and if it warrants it, we can come pick up the merchandise. And also we would bring that letter of donation, that tax letter. Or you can stop by the store and tell us you have something if it's little and put in the back of your car. We don't take everything.
Yeah.
We're not
What
a thrift
don't you take?
store. We're not a thrift store.
Yeah.
We don't take upholstered furniture. It's a liability issue. People are allergic to pets and everybody's allergic to fleas. So we're just not quite sure if somebody has had pets on their
Sure. Yep.
furniture, so we just don't take them. We're not taking any toilets now unless they're brand new. We can't verify that they work, and we don't like to sell anything that we haven't tested to make sure that it works. So our appliances we test. With I think a rare exception, I think it's a dishwasher because we're not set up to test that. So we test them and then we guarantee them for a certain period of time. So it's pretty easy to donate. If people can't come by between Wednesday and Saturday, we can make other arrangements to go pick items up. We try to make it real simple. Yeah, and we're really looking for items right now, particularly cabinets.
Yep, and we should emphasize too, with particular regard to gas appliances.
Oh, yes,
that
thank you.
we do not
Yeah.
take gas appliances. And the reason for that is you have to have specially trained people to be able to test them, which we don't have. So the policy was that we would only take electric appliances and no gas appliances. Andy, I wanted to touch base with you because the first thing you did when you came on with us was you were on the truck with Bob Hunt.
Oh, yeah.
And running around and picking these things up. But I want to stress how important that is.
Oh, yeah.
Because you guys are the face of Habitat. As you get out and work with these people and really the first contact that they have is with you folks, when you're out there on the truck and picking these things up and explaining to people what we can and can't take, which happens at times.
Oh, yeah.
So that was kind of an interesting way for you to get started.
Yeah.
You
Going
know?
out and picking up furniture and appliances from people that want to donate to us is really cool because I get to go out in the area, meet some locals, and meet people that want to help us and want to help the community. And a lot of the people that I've noticed over the past few months of working and picking stuff up was a lot of the houses we go to, there are familiar faces, people that come into the store on a regular basis. I remember one of the last few pickups I went on with Bob, him and I went over, picked up a few washers and dryers and whatnot, a few other things from a house that was recently renovated. And the guy who was in there was a contractor who's regularly in the store buying cabinets, buying plumbing stuff, buying electricals. But it's really nice to see everything go full circle.
Yeah. Boy, that's a big part of it and a great experience for you, as you move on to get a feel for all of the things that are involved. Because so many times people you'll have a much better understanding, once you get into the corporate role of how important each one of these individual folks are. Because I've seen it in so many times that people get tunnel vision and we're only focused on one certain thing here and we kind of ignore what's going on around you, and it's really beneficial to have the experiences that you've had.
Yeah, this is how we get our inventory and how we keep our store running. So the more donations, the better our store does, the better the community does.
Sure. Oh, absolutely. And it's nice to have you that well versed.
Yeah. What's so neat for me, I'm sorry to interrupt, is watching Andy learn about the ReStore and learn about Habitat and the affiliates, watching through his eyes, I just have a whole new appreciation for, for this wonderful agency that we work for, this wonderful community service
Yeah.
agency that we work for,
Yeah.
and being able to see things anew
Oh, yeah.
from someone who's
never experienced anything
Yeah.
like this before.
It's pretty
When
neat.
I first joined the team, I didn't know very much about Habitat at all, and within a week or two of being there,
Didn't take long.
Luann got me to know just about everything there needs to be to know.
Yep, we did everything from pickups to working with me to shoveling snow to
emptying
you name
the
it.
trash. Yeah.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. But that's a big part of it. There's such a helpful thing for you, to be able to experience that, as we said. But it's been a lot of fun, and I've enjoyed that too.
Oh, yeah.
To watch you grow and expand
Yeah.
and have some fun with it. We should notice, by the way, that Pemmy Valley Habitat for Humanity is actually 30 years old this year.
Oh, that's right.
And it's been interesting because from 1985 until now, we've actually built and put families in 30 homes.
My gosh.
So as you look at that,
Wow.
each year, a house per year is what we're looking for. And we've actually managed to do that. And over time, there were some lean years where we didn't build when we should have. But now we're completing a project in Bristol with 4 homes.
Right.
So, as you look at that with our Headstrom Way build, and this summer we'll be completing house number 4 in one, what we call a cluster build. So as you look at those kind of things, those have been phenomenal. And it was new for Habitat, and it was the first time anything like that had been done in the state of New Hampshire. So, and we did it. so that's something to me to be very proud of. And,
People can see pictures of that
I
not
have
only on
pictures
our
of that.
website, but on Facebook. Because the affiliate, the Pemmy Valley affiliate, has a Facebook page, and ReStore has a Facebook page. So I hope all your listeners will like us. That's one of the best ways they can see the items that we're selling at the ReStore. We try to take pictures, and the Plymouth State students help a lot with that. And we'll put what we get new on Facebook so that people can see how the inventory is rotating.
yeah, and there's a lot of it. It's fascinating to me as you walk through the store, and especially with our new section.
Oh, right.
Which has
right.
been interesting because we just in the last few months moved into an additional section of the building.
900 square feet.
Yep. So now we have between 3,000 and 4,000 square feet in the ReStore, and it's already too small.
It's already too small.
But that's what
That's
you
good.
want. I mean,
That's
sure.
great.
I mean, that's the way it grows. And but it would be helpful to have everybody come by and keep the inventory moving so that we can keep getting restocking and new things in and keep advising you folks as to what we have so that you can come in and take a look, and perhaps if you're redoing a bathroom or a bedroom
Yeah.
or whatever, you'll be able to get the supplies that you need at a big reduction in price.
Tell people about the spring fling that's coming up on the 18th.
In May, yes.
April.
Excuse me.
Soon,
yes,
soon.
Yes, yeah, and it's going to be a pretty interesting time. And go ahead. I mean,
Right.
fill us right in.
Right. Well, come down before then anyway. But on Saturday, April 18th, we're opening up our doors and inviting everybody to come in. We're going to have a raffle. Bob Hunt, who is our transportation coordinator and just our right-hand person, he made this really neat hall tree out of an old door and a neat side table. And so we're going to raffle that off. We're selling raffle tickets for that. And we're going to have a couple of big sales like Blue Light Special. Just want everybody to come down and take a look at the store, especially if people haven't been down before. So that's an open door for us, and we hope everybody. Oh, and we're going to have a neat activity for the little ones that involves seeds.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, so that's April 18th, Saturday, and it's 9 to 3. It'll be all day.
Great. You touched on something there I wanted to touch on, and that's repurpose.
Right.
And the interesting
Right.
part of it is that the tree that you're talking about that
I had a
has
picture
a
of
door
It was a door.
and another piece of furniture, and he made this beautiful
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
coat tree. And again, those are some of the things that we actually talk about on the website, is to be able to take an old door, for example,
Right.
and make it a headboard.
Yeah, exactly.
And
People are
we've
coming
seen
in
that.
looking for them.
Sure, and we've seen that a couple of times. And when you see it done, it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you look at that and go, actually, Andy and I were visiting one of our families when he first started his internship, and the homeowner was taking us through, and we looked, and the headboard is beautiful, but it was a door.
Is that, wow.
And it was the same thing, completely repurposed. It was painted black, and it was
Neat.
beautiful. So, you know, those are the kind of things that we're talking about. You can be very creative there with some of these things. And that, again, is you can get really started with us in picking up some of these
Right,
things
artistic
and then being
people.
creative. Sure.
I mean, so like you mentioned earlier, it's not a socioeconomic niche. People from all walks of life, and we've been getting a lot more artist and crafty people in. We have a couple of really neat ideas to repurpose and recycle, and upcycle is the word, on our Facebook. And so people have been coming in to do exactly that.
Great.
Yeah, it's neat.
That's
It's
perfect.
exciting.
That's perfect. Tell us again, Luann, one more time,
Okay.
how people can get in touch with you at the ReStore and the hours.
Sure. A couple of ways. Like us on Facebook. I think that's always a great idea, and we can talk back and forth. The hours are Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from 10 to 5, and Saturday is 9 to 3. And our phone number is 536-1333. And even if we're not there, if you call us on a Sunday, we have a good system set up, so we'll be happy to get back to you. If you're calling to donate, you can call anytime. We won't necessarily answer on Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday, but we
true.
promise to get back to you. Or just stop in at the intersection of Route 3 and 175, right at Squam Lake. It's a fun place.
Yep, it sure is. And Andy, I just want to say again, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
It's been great being here.
Yep, and this young man is going to be graduating very shortly, and we're going to throw him out into the cruel world. But I'm sure you'll do very well.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a great opportunity here. I'm very thankful for it. If any other Plymouth students would get a work-study job next fall, it could possibly lead to an internship like this, where you have great experience with marketing, public relations, customer service, sales.
Yeah.
I've been making a social media marketing plan. I put out a press release.
Right.
And it's just really given me a lot of real-world business experience that
Good.
I wouldn't have gotten otherwise.
Sure.
And you see all these great people coming in from different walks of life. I've had several teachers come in. You get
Right.
the locals. You get people driving from way up in the North Country, barely getting there right before we close just to see a few things we have. It's really cool to see what's going on. It's a
Yeah.
great little place we got.
Good. Well, it's been a pleasure having you, and best of luck.
It sure has been.
You bet. And we hope that you have enjoyed this program. You can tell that this is something that is near and dear to all of us. And I'm sure that if you come and visit us when you can, you'll get that same feeling and want to get involved with Habitat, because we would love to have you. So once again, I thank you so much for watching. And on behalf of Luann and Andy, thanks for watching Bill York's World. And until I see you again, I am Bill York. Thanks for watching.